8.5 direct and indirect variation worksheet. Let's go through it. Write a variation equation for each. So suppose x varies directly as y. So the key here is varies is like equals k. K is a constant variation. So all these should have a k in it. So k should always be in there. So this first one, suppose x varies equals k directly as y. So that means directly means multiplying, like y is on top. So there you go. Y equals kx. Done. Y varies inversely as x. So same idea. You go okay. Y varies equals k. Since it's inversely, I'm dividing by x. So over x. Suppose a varies directly as b and a varies inversely as c. So again, suppose a, so a varies equals k, and then it tells you two things. Directly as b, so b is on top, and inversely as c, so c is on the bottom. So now you have your equation. A equals kb over c. We call that a joint variation. Or combined variation, combined variation. Joint, both on top. So now we're going to use that to solve this. So if y varies directly as x, so step one is always just figure out the equation. So y varies directly as x. So y varies equals k directly, so x is on top. There's my equation. And y equals 12 when x equals 8. So to give information, y is 12 when x is 8. You can use that to find x, to find k, sorry. And then find y when x equals 14. So if you write an equation, they give us some information, we're going to use that to find k. So then we could rewrite our equation with k in it, and then we could use that to use this to figure out what y is. So this we're going to solve. So that's all we're going to do. So we have an equation. Now let's plug this in to find k. Y is 12, x is 8, so 12 equals k times 8. Divide by 8. K equals 12 over 8. Or if I want to reduce it, I don't have to, but 3 halves. So I'm going to rewrite the equation. This is now y equals 3 halves x. That's the new equation. Now I figure out what k is. The constant variation. Find y when x equals 14. So now I just got to plug in 14. So y equals 3 halves times 14. This 14 over 1 if it helps. So these reduce, and you get 21. So there's our answer. Y equals 21 when x is 14. Next one. Suppose y varies jointly as x and z. So jointly means they're both on top. So my equation, y equals k, it can vary as equals k. Jointly as x and z. So x and z are both on top. Find y when x equals 9 and z equals -3. If y equals -50 when z is 5 and x is -10. So a lot of people get confused here. Like, wait, I thought the first thing it gave me is what I used to solve it. Not in this case. This is what you got to solve. This is the last part, right? Find y. You don't have all your information yet. You got to find y. But they tell you if y equals -50, then they give you all this stuff. So this we're going to use to find k. After the if. Because that's the information I could use to find my k. Because I have every single value there. So just plug it in, solve for k. Y is -50. K I don't know. X is -10. And z is 5. So -50. If I reduce this, I have to get -50 also. Divided by -50. I get k equals 1. So I got k equals 1. I'm going to plug it into my equation here. Y equals 1xz. And now, what they tell me? Find y when x equals 9 and z equals -3. So we're going to sub those in. Y equals -27. There we go. Next one. Same idea. Y varies inversely as x, and y equals -18 when x is 16. Find x when y equals 9. So again, this is what we're going to use to solve. This is what we're going to use to find k. And then I use this to find the equation. Alright, so let's find the equation first. Y varies inversely as x. So y equals k because varies. And then inversely, so x is on the bottom. So that's my equation. Now what did they tell me? Y equals -18 when x is 16. So plug that in. So y is -18 k when x is 16. So I got to solve for k. Let's cross multiply here. Oops. So k equals 16 times 18, which honestly I don't know. I'm going to do it here. 16 times 18. -18, but it's the same deal. 288. negative 288. Right, so now I know what k is. I'm going to rewrite this equation to be y equals negative 288 over x. So that's my equation. Now all I got to do is find this part. Find x when y equals 9. So find x when y equals 9. So y is 9, I got to find x. So I have this equation. 9 equals negative 228 over x. Well, what I'm going to do here is multiply both sides by x. So they cancel and you get 9x equals negative 228, then divide by 9. It's probably going to be some decimal, but look, I have it in my calculator. So 32, because I can't divide. Negative 32. And there we go. Okay, next one. So it's more of the same. Suppose that A varies directly as B, and A varies inversely as C. So let's write an equation, right? So we know A varies directly as B, so varies equals K. Directly is on top. And inversely as C, so that's on the bottom. So you want to make one equation with both of them. So A varies directly as B, but also inversely as C. So that's my equation. Find B when A equals 8 and C equals negative 3. If B equals 16 when C is 2 and A is 4. So right, we have to use one of these to find our K, and that's going to be this one, the if. Right, it gives us all the information we need to find K. And then anytime they wants to find something, that's the last part we're going to solve for B. So that's the information we're going to use. So let's find our K first. So plug all this in. So B is 16, C is 2, and A is 4. So I'm going to rewrite it. 4 equals 16k over 2. I could reduce that. 4 equals 8k. 16 divided by 2. And divide by 8. So k equals 1/2. Right, 4 over 8, 1/2. So that's my k. So now let's rewrite this whole equation over again. A equals 1/2 B over C. That's the equation we're working with. And we want to solve for B when A equals 8 and C equals negative 3. So sub it in. So find B when A is 8 and C is negative 3. So I have 8 equals 1/2 B over negative 3. Just like before, just multiply both sides by negative 3. First step. Right, it's on the bottom, get rid of it. So I get negative 24 equals 1/2 B. Right, the 3's here cancel out. It's kind of hard to see them at the edge. And then what they do here, well, you have 1/2. How do you get rid of the 1/2? Times it by the reciprocal. 2. So negative 48 equals B. There you go. Moon. Astronaut Neil Armstrong, the first man on the moon, weighed 360 pounds on Earth. With all his equipment on. I was about to say. I've seen the movie. He's not that big. But weighed only 60 pounds on the moon. Write an equation that relates the weight of the moon with the rate of the Earth. Okay, so moon. This is the weight on Earth is directly proportional with the weight on the moon. Right. So that's our equation. If on Earth he weighed 360 pounds, and on the moon he was 60 pounds, so you have it like that. Let's find out what K is. So it's like always, write the equation, find out what K is. These cancel out. I get K equals 6. These reduce. And then you just rewrite the equation. Earth is equal to 6 times the moon. I guess Earth should have been W. So Earth is 6 times the moon. I guess if I want to be, place the weight on the moon with the rate on Earth. So there we go. Next one. Suppose D varies directly as F, D varies inversely as G. So again, let's make an equation. D varies directly, so equals K, as F, and inversely as G. So there's our equation. Find G when D equals 6 and F equals negative 7. So that's the last thing we're going to do because we have to find it. If G equals 12, D equals 9, and F equals 3. So that's what we're going to plug in. G equals 12, D equals 9, and F equals 3. So if I rewrite that, I can reduce this. 9 equals K over 4. So remember, to get rid of the 4, you just multiply both sides by 4. So k equals 36. But then I gotta rewrite the equation. So if I write over here, d equals 36 f over g. And then they want me to find g when d is 6 and f is negative 7. So let's plug those in. D is 6, f is negative 7. So I have, we're going to multiply both sides by g to get rid of it. 6g equals 36 times negative 7. There's a reason I didn't multiply this out, because I'm going to divide by 6 in a second. I know what 36 divided by 6 is, so it's make my life a lot easier. So I'm going to leave it like that. Then I'm going to divide by 6. And 36 and 6 give me 1 over 6, so this makes it g equals negative 42. Alright, so work a little smarter, not harder. So you don't have to actually multiply it all out if I know I'm going to divide in a second, so we'll reduce it later. Next one, if x varies directly as y, find x when y is 8. So they're telling us the equation right here. X varies directly as y. So x equals k over y. That's our equation. We want to figure out what happens when y equals 8. So we got to use this to find our k. That's all this is about. Find this to find k. That's all it's saying. So we have our equation. Use that to find k. So 6 equals k over 32. So multiply by 32. So k equals 192. So there's my equation. X equals 192 over y. But they want me to figure out what x is when y is 8. So plug in 8. 192 over 8 is, what's that, 224. That's our answer. For the next one, same idea. Again, we're going to use this to find our k. So we're just going to plug it in. So x equals, what am I doing? We have the equation already. So negative 4 equals k over 10. Times it by 10. Negative 40 equals k. Plug it back in. So x equals negative 40 over y. Right, so again, we found our k. We plug it back into the equation right here. And now they want us to figure out what x is when y equals 8. So plug in 8. Well, negative 40 divided by 8 is just negative 5. And there we go. Last couple. More of the same. A varies jointly as B and C. Find A when B equals 4 and C equals negative 3. So it's kind of the same idea. So A varies jointly, we gotta write the equation. A varies jointly as B and C. So jointly means they're both on top. It's like two directs. So that's my equation. And we want to find A when B equals 4 and C equals 3. But you have to use this part first to find my K. So you use this to find K. So A equals 24. K is K. B is 8. And C is 12. So I'm going to divide both sides by 12 first, because I know I can do that. And I get 2 equals k times 8. And then I'll divide by 8. I get k equals 1/4. Alright, so this is about, instead of multiplying this out, I'm going to divide by 12, because I know 24 divided by 12 is something I could do. So I get this, k equals 1/4. Plug it back in. A equals 1/4 B times C. Right, after you find your new equation, now it's the easy part. Find A when B is 4 and C is negative 3. So plug it in. B is 4, C is negative 3. Oh, how nice. These cancel. A equals negative 3. One last one, and we're done with this worksheet. If f varies inversely as g, find f when g is negative 6. Given f is negative 12 when g equals 19. So same idea. Let's write the equation here, right? F varies inversely as g. So f equals k, because that's inversely, always equals k. K is always on top. Always directly across from the equal sign. Inversely as g, so g is on the bottom. So there's my equation. Now I gotta figure out what k is, so I'm gonna plug this in. F equals negative 12 when g is 19. So get rid of the 19. Let's multiply both sides by 19. And k would equal negative 12 times 19. I am not Art Benjamin, so I'm gonna multiply it. Negative 228. Oh, I feel like we did that one earlier, man. Anyway, there's my k. So now you plug it back in. So f equals negative 288 over g. Now what they want us to find? Find f when g is negative 6. Huh? Plug in negative 6. So let's see. I'll do this real quick. That goes in there 4 times. So 24 and 48, that's 8. So positive 48, the negatives cancel out. And there you go. You're done.